Garrett Bosqui is joining me from Maverick Soft Wash. He is an expert in soft washing. Hey, a question's come in, Garrett. Can you help me answer it?
Absolutely.
You've heard this a lot, I'm sure. It's about the safety of soft wash. I know you guys use some chemicals, some proprietary, and some not. I know you guys, use bleach as part of it. I don't think that's a secret. But when you hear about something like bleach, you're thinking, this may not be safe for my home or my plants. Put us at ease.
Yeah, Jim. So the true answer is yes, it's safe, but it can harm your plants, your flowers, your vegetation. But here's the big difference, Jim. And this is where choosing a company like Maverick or even just someone in the industry that's been trained, it's training. So if any Tom, Dick, or Harry comes in with bleach and starts spraying it all over your home, yeah, I call it tack nuke all of your vegetation, kill everything. But we send our technicians through 20 plus hours of video training. They do 2 weeks of in the field training. We have systems, processes, we have additives that allow the solutions to clean at a lower concentration so that we're still getting the same job done, but at a lower rate of the chemicals that we are using, like sodium hypochlorite or bleach. But we also have a proprietary product called PlantWash. And so a lot of people are like, well, what's PlantWash? Well, when we're completely done with our service, while we're in the middle of our service, we're going to keep all your vegetation wet. We're going to use water. We're going to make sure everything's moist and wet and, protected. We're going to use things like Tyvek and, tape to make sure we don't get stuff in receptacles or, all over your Japanese maple. But then we're going to follow that service up with a product called PlantWash. PlantWash is a granular. We mix it with water. We're going to spray that through our rinse DC pump. We're probably one of the only companies in the St. Louis area that actually has a piece of equipment on their truck that is dedicated to your plants. And what PlantWash is it's a neutralizer. It neutralizes all of our chemicals. It's a fertilizer. It's going to fertilize all your plants. Think about it like Miracle-Gro.
Yeah.
And it also is going to add back the bacteria to the soil that allows your plants to grow and look beautiful and green and vibrant. It's going to put a buffering agent on the leaves of the plants so that if, the morning dew comes in and you get a little bit of the drippage or runoff from the roof after a roof cleaning, it's going to put a buffering agent on the leaves so that if that does drip down, those are going to stay protected. And it's really going to put your mind at ease, put a customer's mind at ease that we're taking care of those plants. But you got to remember, Jim, that's a living organism that's growing on the home. It's mold, it's mildew, it's called Gleocapsa magma. It's not just, a lot of people say, oh, those black streaks are from the tar in the roof. No, that's not the case. That's a roofer trying to sell you a roof. That's mold spores. It's mold, it's algae. Those can be treated. They can be clean. You can get that curb appeal back and make the aesthetics of the home a lot more pleasing. Plus, a lot of people don't understand too, that Gleocapsa magma, that mold, that algae is actually eating and deteriorating those shingles on that roof or whatever surface that it's growing on.
Yeah, it needs to come off. And I'll tell you the upside to getting a new roof, since you brought up roofers, is generally you've got a good handful of years before it starts to appear to the eye.
Mm-hmm.
But once it's there, it doesn't go away unless it's addressed by a company like Maverick Soft Wash. And so it's important. I have some on my roof. I didn't when I first had the new roof put on. Those shingles look good for the first 5 years. After a while, especially in my neck of the woods, okay, it's really important that you stay on top of it, not just aesthetically, but for the value of your home, for the fact that you don't want to have to replace your roof sooner than it needs to be. If it's a 20-year roof, you want it to last, 20, 25 years if you can, outside of a hailstorm or something, right? And maintenance is important. So you want it to look good and you want it to actually feel good. It's kind of like, the human body. If you're, dehydrated, your skin might look dry, and that's just an indication of what's going on inside your body. So when you hydrate, your skin actually will smooth out a bit. You'll have less wrinkles, at least at that point in time. And that water's hydrating your body, which is good for it. So if you see someone who has a roof that has the black mold on it, what else does that say about the homeowner's house? Real, I mean, in all fairness, is everything else running well, like their HVAC equipment and their plumbing and their electrical? You want to keep everything up to par.
Yeah. And, Jim, for a lot of homeowners, and I hear this a lot when I go out and talk to people, they don't know you can clean it. And there's a lot of people out there that are like, wait, I can clean those black streaks off my roof. Like, that's a mold, that's an algae. Like, we can get rid of that. Like, I just thought I was stuck with it. And so, and I think the big thing behind that too is, the manufacturing companies that make all these building products, all these new laws, they took all the stuff out of the shingles that prevented this, and so now that they've done that, you're seeing brand new subdivisions go up that it used to take 7, 10, 15 years for that to grow on. And now you're seeing it 3 to 5 years. And so, yes, now it's becoming kind of like soft washing has become a new topic as of late, even though it's been around since the 90s. Now you're starting to see people, your Eastern companies, your Seaboard, everybody that was close to the ocean or the warmer climates, they're used to getting their roofs clean. But now that you're in the Midwest, here in St. Louis, it's kind of a new thing. People weren't really cleaning their roofs until the last 10 years. And so, yes, you need to get that cleaned. And you kind of mentioned it too, hailstorms. That's probably the number one thing we get. But, you really need to clean your roof. Just wait for the next hailstorm, insurance will give me a new one. But if you've got a 10-year-old roof and it's a 20-year-old roof, by soft washing that roof, we can add the life back to it, make it aesthetically pleasing, keep that algae from eating the shingles and deteriorating them. And we can actually extend the life of that roof. And now even with the Restore product that we have, we can also spray that on the roof and maybe even get you to 25 or even 30 years by putting that moisture back into those shingles to help make those last a lot longer.
Yeah, it's incredible. You guys offer so much. And one of the things you offer is peace of mind. Having someone maintaining the roof and the siding and the driveways and walkways of a home. A lot of people think about air conditioning, technicians that come out on a regular basis, or they change the oil and other fluids in their car on a regular basis. They go to the dentist on a regular basis. Look at your roof. It's an indication. Also, look at your siding. On the north side of the home, it's going to be the blackest and the greenest of all sides, and it needs to be addressed. Garrett, as always, thank you so much for joining me here on Checka Pro Radio. I appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, man. I appreciate it.